the thing with it is that the tags were we have a lot of tags. We have a lot of tags, but tags will be forgotten about, and they keep updating these tags, and they're either renaming them or worst case scenario, they just don't do anything with the tags. And I'm not stating that that's a good idea to do nothing with tags. That's never a good idea to do almost a whole year of pretty much giving you nothing outside of maybe one character throughout the whole year. So that means if you were the because let's put it in the fighting game perspective. Let's put it in the fighting game perspective. If someone told you if you ran let's use the obvious um a Frieza team. You have a lot of choices with Frieza team. You have a lot. You have a lot. If you want to believe it or not, in the meta, out the meta, you have a lot of characters who you can use. You can swap out each time to do something different each time. But let's say you want to use certain characters that have multi tags, like Cooler, for example. I love the green Cooler. I love the green and purple Cooler. Both of those are my two favorite Coolers. Why? Because I like him for his green card. I love him also for his blue card. Same vice versa to the other one. And plus his transformation, it really just changes up how to use Cooler. But then if you say, well, they don't really get mentioned too much, they don't really get used too much. You're right, they don't. Why don't they? He's trying to get in the cage with her. Why don't they? The big concern is why not? The tags are there for a reason. We have so many tags, but the best we get out of some of these tags are basically rinse, repeat of what we already have, but it's just a newer character to boost up a team that's already up there. So I understand why people are mad for that aspect, and I understand because the tag that you probably mainly want to use or you mainly do use gets out of date in the next 2-3 months. So in the next 2-3 months, you're gonna go from I'm on top of the world with this Frieza to now they already gave them a counter character for this Frieza. The one character I had to really help me win a lot of these matches is now null and void. It happens and it's going to continue to happen. And you would say, well, that's fair. No, it's not. It's not fair every time. Because it's a mix of you don't have to you do have. I don't have the Frieza. I don't have the Frieza. I don't think I'm going to summon on that banner. Why? Because I don't care to get the Frieza. Why? Because I don't even really use Lineage of Evil that night. I really don't. I'm starting to use a little bit more of other teams because I am a part of the problem when it comes to Legend. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I am part of the problem. I normally use the obvious fusion, future, God key, maybe a little bit of something, maybe even hybrids. I started to expand because I had more characters that were interesting on their separate behalves, and I wanted to give them a chance. And then so I started making teams around that. There's more. The problem that we're going to continue to run through when it comes to Legends, and this is going to be consistent. This isn't going to be fixed because you can't fix certain things. This is one of the major things that they will never be able to fix unless they go from making a character. Okay, you boost up this tag. And then for the next 3 or 4 months, it's just about that character. That's the only way to fix something like that. You give that character a long lifespan. But at the same time, you have to realize that every character has pretty much the same lifespan. If they were in the meta or not in the meta, they have the same lifespan. Bad to good characters have exactly the same lifespan. It should be at least 2 to 3 months before you replace them. It should be 2 to 3 months before you push them to the side to do to play with someone else, to use a different tag. It should be a consistent 2 to 3 months. Why? Because it makes play fun when you have multiple characters like this. The problem lies when who they bring out. A lot of people right now probably really want a new Ultra Instinct Goku. A lot of people probably like, we want a mastered Ultra Instinct. And I would say no. I would say do not give them that at the particular moment. We do not need an Ultra Instinct Goku. We do not need a mastered Ultra Instinct. We don't need a part 2 of Ultra Instinct. I think if we were get anyone, because everyone's like, what's the next LF? Me, I feel like if they are going to give us another LF, I would say it would have to be. It would have to go to probably Vegeta. I probably would give Vegeta another LF. It would be Vegeta from the Tournament of Power arc. Why? Because I think that would be nice right now. Or maybe, I don't know, because at the same time, looking at the characters we have, I don't know what would be the one to have. Sorry to pet my dog. That was just me right there. Because I like Vegeta. I like Vegeta. It hits weird because of stuff like this. But I understand why people are mad.
So funny because we were all upset about Goten getting a Zenkai, but then surprise happened to us when the data mines finished and the game updated. We actually had 2 Zenkais. We had both the Gohan and the Goten, and while they actually don't look too crazy, they look pretty decent. Basically, what they do.
It was a minor buff. I'm not gonna lie. That's what that was. That was a minor buff to 2 characters that needed it in their respective categories. I remember first getting the LF Goten and thinking, oh my gosh, I got him. I kind of didn't care for him. I could tell you off the bat that he wasn't really too good, but he was a nice little character, and he still shows it to this day. I don't have him. I think I have him at maybe 2, maybe even 3 stars, maybe. It's nothing. It's really nothing to flex about. It's really nothing to go home about. It's nothing really flex. I kind of don't care sometimes. I will leave that character to the wayside and replace him with another Beerus if it was up to me, of how little I care for this character. That's how much I care for just that in particular one, because he's not that good to me. He never really was. You want to know who the best unit out of those 3 were? You want to know who the best unit of those 3? And I say 3. Of those 3 were? I'll tell you right now. The Goku. You want to know why? What was his ability? What was the main thing that people used him for? Literally to be the guy that if you had to die, you made sure he hit his green card at least 1 or 2 times to buff his family, to buff the other Gokus or something like that. So yeah, I understand why people have problems with this. I kind of didn't like that it was 2 Zenkai. I still didn't care.
The Zenkais now, and this is something I do like. The Zenkais, whenever they release now, they're basically made modern and usable today, which is perfectly fine. They haven't made a snapped Zenkai in a very, very long time. And I say this right now without actually having played with Goten and Gohan, but like how they've done it, they don't get too crazy as they used to be. The biggest mistake, there's 2 mistakes actually. Actually, you know what? This is gonna be a fun one. Comment section below. Let me know your personal mistakes you think the team has made with Dragon Ball Legends that to this day still haunts the game. I'm curious what you're gonna say. I know a lot of you gonna say red stars, a lot of you gonna
Meta breaking characters, in particular characters like Android 18 Zenkai. Meta breaking characters to me that are just unfair, that they just straight up hit the unfair button a lot, will always be exactly what that is. That was the worst mistake they could ever make. It's not, you know what, it's not even, the worst thing that they've ever done isn't even that. It's the timing of when they do stuff like this. Pycon could have lasted longer. Pycon could at least had at least a week on him. He didn't have that. You know what he did? He died on arrival because of who was in the meta. Who was in the meta when Pycon showed up? Really, who was it? He was was a whole red character. Pycon showed up as a red character when this meta was purely Vegito Blue. Who was blue? Timing is Legend's problem. The timing on characters is very bad at times.
Say stuff like Zenkai.
They've gotten better.
But give me something specific down below. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I have 2. The first one being the Gohan. Gohan Zenkai was the worst thing they could have done, and the reason why is because that made him so goddamn broken. And unfortunately, because of how like laws work, you can't nerf a unit like that in the gacha game. There's like legal ramifications or something behind it. I say, fuck all that. Nerf that man. I don't care. If you play Gohan and your character gets nerfed, I do not care. We do not care. I feel like I can speak for a lot of us. We don't care if your Gohan gets nerfed. But yeah, Gohan's Zenkai was so disgusting that it forever tainted the word of Zenkai. Every time Zenkai pops up, people automatically equate it to this unit's about to be broken, this unit's about to be broken. We haven't had a broken Zenkai in a very long time. The second mistake is Sun Family being attacked. And the reason why is because there's so many different options you can run together. In past games, for example, looking at Dokkan Hybrids was always a thing, and then like Saiyans was a thing. I mean, now at this point they have different categories where they all fit together. But the point is you kind of limit it to those teams. Hybrids have always been trash in the game for as long as I can remember. Even when Yellow Gohan was around, you didn't run him in a Hybrids team. You ran him on a movies team because him and Bojack together were just annoying and they worked. But hybrids together were never really that good, or if they were, it usually lasted like a week or two.
I'm thinking because he's right and wrong at the same time. He's right because hybrids never really got a meta breaking type character that basically said, I'm here, we're here to stay, until we got Gohan. Which one? I mean, depends on which one you want to say. Because if you were talking about hybrids, you have to include every hybrid that exists. Especially from, I'm going to talk about from the beginning to now. I never seen a broken hybrid from year one. You know what I saw from year one? I saw a very good hybrid character that really did what they needed to do. Year two, hybrids had a kind of meh type thing. They had some good stuff. But the two characters to me that really saved hybrid, and that still continues to save hybrid to this very day, in my personal opinion, will always be Goten, and Trunks. The transforming ones, because they really did something to help hybrids a tad bit, and that it didn't make it broken, but it made it bearable and it made it more fun to run them. If you have those two characters, you know what I mean. If you have even either one of their fusions, even particularly the red one of him transforming Super Saiyan 3, you understand what I'm talking about. He's the whole reason why I was able to beat if you watch the video I did, how I beat Android 18, Zenkai Android 18, it's because of him. So yeah, hybrids have some good stuff. They still do. They're just not a meta breaking team. I don't know if they ever will be, but they are a inclusion in the meta, but never breaking the meta. Like even the one character right now that you could probably think of, well, we have a broken LF right now that's hybrids. How long did it take before he kind of got sat down? He got humbled real quick. Who's the next LF to kind of slap him? You see, because some people wasn't able to get him, so they got it. Like, you know how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. So it's not that bad, but still, that's how it works.
It's probably why they went hand with this. But the problem is it's not the fact that hybrids are busted right now. It's the fact that you can run them in Sun Family. Sun Family is just if Sun Family never existed as a tag, I feel like we never would have had the issues that we have right now. You know, being able to run like Nema Goku together with the Zenkai Gohan, and then even not Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Those units, this actually go on. I don't think Namek Goku or the Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai Goku are actually that broken as a unit, but they're broken as a team, if that makes sense. They're just that good and annoying to deal with. And especially when you have to deal with, fully maxed out, 14-star Zenkai units, fully boosted, it can be pretty annoying to fight, those kind of teams. But as sole units, they're not that bad. It's just that tag is so annoying that it's like it makes people not want to play. So yeah, it's like you drop Goten and he fits on Sun Family, he fits on movies. You're not gonna really run him on movies, and he fits on hybrids. And it's like we just got that revival Gohan that dropped. What is it with Gohan? I want to know what is it with Dimps and their love for Gohan. Can somebody explain that to me? You know what we need is look, I said this in my video yesterday. We need two things. Number one, we need Zenkai Chi-Chi. Give her a 200% boost. I don't care. I mean, not a problem is going to be you can run her with Android 18. I get that. But at least we'll slow down on everybody that's using Sun Family and everyone's using that degenerate Zenkai Gohan. It's what we need, you know? Give her.
I know Chi Chi has does she have like an ability towards, I thought it was towards Goku though. I know Kefla has something for Goku. I think it's like she gets like 5 less damage, or is it 5 plus damage to Goku's? I do remember. My phone's right next to me. It's funny. It's charging right now. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That doesn't stop it, because that's like once again, that's a temporary stop. For let's say it lasts. Let's say it lasts the rest of this year. When we get to year 4, we're gonna have a bunch of Gokus that slap Chi-Chi. We're gonna have a bunch of them at least. We should have some of the characters to slap Chi-Chi immediately as they see her. What I think that they need. This is just me. This is just me. This is just me. Speaking in a realistic sense, not in a, oh, this will be amazing. No, speaking in a realistic sense of how the game has been formatted for the time that we've been playing it, what they need to do is calm down on these characters. They have to look at the other tags. I love GT at the moment. I love GT at the moment. I love GT since the purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku's been there. I've loved it. And then when we got the green one, it was even better. With a durable baby, with baby in his second form. Oh my gosh, so tanky. With also a goddamn Shinron, the yellow one, and then the red one. Not really the red one. Not really the red one, but the yellow one was really nice to have. Really good. I don't like Nova and I don't like Nova and Ice Shinron. They were a waste. We didn't need that. We could have got that. What we got for Boob and what's the name? And we could have skipped over that. But it's stupid because what we could have compared to what we do have. We could have a well-balanced meta out here, but we won't have a well-balanced meta with the characters that's already been out here right now. Because not every tag has a chance. You have to be not only high level to use like certain tags. At this point, you can't even use certain characters unless you're a high level player. If you're not a high level player, then you won't be able to use certain tags. You will always have to run the same ones. If you're a casual and you want to play PvP one day, you want to say, I want to spend an hour on PvP. You won't. You'll spend a few minutes at best. And then you'll leave because you realize, oh, I don't have the characters for the meta. I didn't really grind out like everybody else did. I basically just got the 1,000 I barely got, and then I did one summoning, and then I dipped. No, you want to know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? This may shock everybody, but here's what's going to happen. We're not going to escape this because the damage has been done. We have too many characters that's already out here with this level of just power right now. Hence, Super Saiyan 3 LF Zenkai. Zenkai. Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, Super Saiyan 2, LF Gohan. Those two by themselves already slap worthy. But then you add Namek Goku, LF Zenkai. And then we're getting more Zenkais for Sun Family and things. I think, and this would be the smartest idea for Legends to do. You have all these tags, right? You have all these. I say you write all the tags down in a nice little hat. You put in the hat. You shake it up, and then you go live on wherever you are, and you pull it out, and then you say, well, okay, so the tag who's going to get an LF is going to be Ginyu Force. That'll be nice. That'll be nice right now. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. And then plus because we'll make that a thing that can go with cooler and freezer. Okay, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Oh wait, what? I saw that. Oh fudge, that's stupid. It's stupid because we're at a point now that they just don't want to do it. They're giving us these characters that's trying to be balanced now, or whatever it's called, or continuing on with the same thing, and we're gonna keep getting there. Eventually, I think we're gonna be too far gone by the time we get to Ultra Instinct Goku. And don't get me started, they go down and they get at least even a collab with Heroes. It's just gonna be stupid. The thing with this meta, I like at times that I found random YouTubers that tell me how you're not using the right powerful opponents. You're not using, and I know I've used powerful opponents and managed the victory. I've done it with Lineage of Evil. I've done it even with Region. I've done it, but I just don't use them a lot, so I don't know their abilities at times, and I forget. But Legends timing is so bad with stuff like this, and they just keep pumping out for pretty much the same tag, but it just circles around in that general sense. Hybrids can go straight to what's the name? They can go into Sun Family. Well, no, they can't. Not everybody. Okay, name a hybrid they can't. Trunks can't. Oh, wow, you're right. Trunks cannot. But you know who can? Who? Gohan. You know who else would be really good? A Super Saiyan. You know what else would be really good? You mean with the tag? Yeah, with the tag. Too many of these suckers. God darn it. Talk rhyme style. I can't do this no more.
Like a 200% boost, and just let her just absolutely shred that team, and kind of like make you not want to use it. Speaking of not wanting to use it, I know that they're working on this boost system that's supposed to be adding more variety into PvP. And honestly, like I said, on paper, it sounds like a good idea. It sounds like it's going to be the one thing that the game really needs.
Watch yoga videos ad-free and practice uninterrupted.
The fuck?
Try our student plan.
Take your cravings on a cloud-like escape with the beefy potato and loaded chicken flatbread tacos.
Diversify how PvP works, but it's like with how Legends does stuff. I feel like when it first drop it, either it's going to be absolutely abysmal, or they're going to do too much of it, and it's going to take maybe a couple updates before they get it just right. So I'm not fully like sold on the idea yet that it's going to work. I like the concept of it. The concept is going to add, like I said, variety, but the problem is what else can you do when you start building better Gohan teams or some family teams? And speaking of which, can Vegeta family get some love? I keep forgetting that Vegeta family is even a tag in the game. Again, it goes to show you how busted some family is because nobody talks about the other family in the game, Vegeta family. Nobody. Oh, I'm not going to Zenkai either. The Gohan and the Goten. I don't care about it. I don't run that team. The thing that kind of bugs me about everything. The thing about me also is I don't get mad and as annoyed as everybody else does because I try not to consume a game like this as much as maybe some of you guys do. Like, I know my friends play the game literally 24/7 and they're constantly breathing, and I'm like, I don't know how you do this. If I played a game half the amount of time that you guys played it, I would have thrown my phone away months ago. You gotta know when to put the game down and go play something better. Let's be real. Like, these mobile games are not designed to replace actual gaming. They're not designed for you to drop your PlayStations, your PCs, your Xboxes, and play mobile games 24/7. They're not designed for that, but people do.
Prime, for you to say that this would be one of the only things I can really disagree with you on like a bigger level than you probably would think. How wrong you are about deja vu. How wrong you are about something like that. And the reason being is simple. Look at mobile gaming. Everyone knew it started to blow up. What time did what year was it that it started to blow? Was it before It was before Genshin Impact, right? It was way before Genshin Impact. We had tournaments with stuff for mobile gaming. Repeat, mobile gaming, mobile games. Bro, are you telling me I'm not supposed to be playing like that? There are people who do it for a reason, to get better. That's why they play it so much. They're consistently playing PvP. I follow so many YouTubers, small to big, that play Legends, that stream viewer battles. I'm gonna be battling my viewers today, guys. Oh, he was really good. Oh. But then you're telling me that I probably shouldn't? I'm free to play. I don't pay. I don't pay. So I can't just grab the what's the name to put on the side, because I could miss a day or two, maybe I can miss a few days of doing certain things. I can miss a few days of doing certain events in Legends, and it won't affect me. It won't affect me. Look. The fudge? Who's this? The guy who, I am the best. Riku the best. Better than the rest. AKA the Dark Knight. If you call me that, you're good for today. You're raised! You have to understand, for you in particular to say this, I understand, because you play other games. I play other games too. Other mobile games. My PlayStation is completely busted at the moment. Had a bunch of roaches that came in there and died in it, so I couldn't do anything else except either not play video games, which I love to do. I wanted to do for my channel, or I could have been talking about YouTube boxing for the rest of my life. I have bigger, better plans than just sitting here, to be honest with you. I want to be able to have my own gaming setup. I want to be able to get my own house with working on this and also working on my life. I want to be able to not only sit with people and tell them, hey, I'm a Christian. I also play video games too. I want to be able to do that. I do. But no, you're not. Yeah, to say this is weird. Like, you say you would have been through your phone. Some of us did. Some of us, we have videos. You find it every day. Such and such said he'll never. Homeboy, what was his name? Where's his name? It wasn't Dragon Ball Legends. It was a different game. I used to really Kabuki. Perfect example. Kabuki. It's my dog Oreo. Hey Oreo. Kabuki. He got tired of Naruto Blazing. What did he do? He dipped. He dipped playing Naruto Blazing. Before it shut down, he dipped. He was already gone by that time. We were only left with Shiny, Rokage, and a few others. The biggest person there dipped on us. Well, not really us, but the game. We had Toxin Storm also. I mean, he was kind of cool. Toxin Storm here. Like, he was pretty cool. Sorry, Oreo, can you get off my lap? You kind of hurt. Your claws hurt. But this is some people's livelihood. They got popular playing Dragon Ball Legends. So they're kind of in a rut of, they want to play other games. They probably have to get the fan base to understand that this isn't my only game I play. This is why I'm able to do this, because I haven't blown up yet. I'm playing multiple other games. I have a tablet I'm recording on right now that I play Bleach Brave Souls right now on. And that's pretty much it. I uninstalled every other game that was on here because I wanted a fresh start. I play other games. I'm playing Nier Reincarnation over here. Am I enjoying it that much? Not really. It's pretty fun. It's done a cool update now. Cool. But other than that, nothing else really. So You could say that, but I'm like, okay, cool. But put it in the shoes of someone that's free to play. Let me repeat this for you. That's one, free to play. Two, you actually enjoy playing games like this. You do, because I enjoy Legends. I have my gripes and stuff with it. I'm not the what's the name that ate the watermelon, hate the watermelon, continue to eat it. I'm the one to eat the watermelon, dislike the watermelon, put it down before coming back to it. I don't just immediately just keep consuming it. I talk about my problems with Legends while I play. I'm trying to educate other people so I can see other people playing this game, not just because it's a fun game, but because I like Dragon Ball. I like Dokkan. I don't like Dokkan like that. I'm not too big of a fan of Dokkan. I will play now. That will be a game that I would say if I ever really play like that. You know what I'm playing it for? Because they had a major update that made me go to it. I don't play that because I like. You know what I do play for just the fun of it? Sword Art Online MD. I'll play it for summonings. I'm not playing it for the fun events because I never played it for the fun events. I played parts of the story and then I dips. That was my entire thing of playing games like this. I have multiple other games that I play for the fun of it because I actually enjoy them. So of course I have something to really say about what you just Oreo, get out. Come on, Oreo. Come on. Cage. Sorry, yeah. You messing with my baby. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Come here, Roxy. Oreo, stop. Cage, Oreo. Cage. There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of mobile games out there. You pissy mother sucker. And I gotta clean up piss. Listen to this.
To play games like that for whatever reason, and I feel like I can get very, very unhealthy. So, like, look, the way I see it is this game has way worse issues. Stuff like equipment re-rolling is got.
There's a lot of games that have its share of problems. Battlefront 2, even almost any other Dragon Ball game. Naruto, Ninja Storm 4, Call of Duty, don't get me started on that. There's a lot of games that's not on console that have have a mobile version. I mean, that's on console, that has a mobile version of it that has its share of problems also. There's a bunch of other games that you can get the same problem out of for less or whatever. So let's not act like that doesn't exist.
Not awful. I feel like if we're gonna be mad about anything, we should be mad about stuff like that the most because the equipment re-rolling. I know a lot of you guys didn't even do it because we see the different ranks that pop up in PvP. But if you try to get anything above S, or if you try to go for Z, it's literally the worst mechanic in the game. It's so bad. It's designed the way it works.
Yes, that is. I'm a victim of it. Every time I try to do any type of things to try to get the Z or S, sometimes it is difficult to get an S. I can barely manage. Sometimes at this point I've given up on trying to do it. And at first I had a method for it. I would only keep the ones that had the little red mark or the yellow mark. That would be the only ones I would keep, and I would just consistently them. I would, what's the name, like the green portions of the green marks, and just keep the yellow, the red mark to make sure you can get to S right. But the difficulty of it helped a lot when it came to, because at first I had like a lot. I had like 99, and I was always, every time I got some, it was like, oh, we just sent to your inbox. So I just went ham on it, like 50 something now. But even then, I'm gonna eventually hit back to 99. It's gonna be stupid all over again. I'm just gonna regret having the game because it's gonna be stupid for me to have. I'm gonna be like, why the fudge do I have so many of this, but I have no of the energy and skip tickets? What the fudge?
It's designed to make you want to use crystals, and then you still won't roll it correctly. It's so horrible. And I can go on a whole different
What?
tangent in another video explaining everything that I hate about Dragon Ball Legends. Why we should be mad about that instead of a stupid Zenkai. That's how I feel about it. But then again, I know why people are upset. But if anybody should be upset, I should be upset. I waited, 9 months to get the next LOE unit. They gave us full power Frieza, and it's like, what usually what the Legends team does is they'll focus on one tag and they always go ham on it. They've been doing it since the game came out. We get the Frieza's release, and then we get a pool, and then that's it. Granted, the Frieza Force is good. You can actually do a lot with the Frieza Force.
Yes.
But that's not what we want. Give me give me an LF Frieza. At this point, if they Zenkai that Frieza from a year ago, the purple one, I don't even care. Just upgrade that man's stats, make him usable. Shit, I'll even take it chilled. Zenkai chilled so I can throw him on bench at least, I mean, he's already on bench, but let me get some boost for the purple Frieza. Let me get something usable with LOE, man. How do you go from...
Does cooler count as LOE? If cooler counts as LOE, then we have some good stuff. We have some good freezers that actually can do something. We don't have too many that can take hits right now or can really dish out too many decent hits at that particular moment. Okay, my dog's crying because he pissed in his own covers. Pissed in his own. Get out. Cage. Cage, Oreo. I'll clean up later. Let's just finish this so I can go. We have some good LOEs. We do. We have some bad LOEs. We have some that are meta breaking. Only one, to be honest, at the moment. We have some that can stand the test of time if used correctly. It's when it comes to majority wise, they just play the game. They don't really use skill for any tag. Yeah, of course you're gonna get mad when you run into things like this. I personally am on both sides. I can use skill. I purposely don't do it when I play most PvP matches because I don't think I need to. Who needs skill every 5 seconds? Sometimes you just want to have a quick little back and forth with somebody that probably hasn't been playing the game even a year yet. Sometimes you want to have a cool little match with some people and you give them mercy hits. You let them hit you a few times before you end the fight. Sometimes you let them get some hits in to at least make it a good back and forth. Who wants to utterly destroy someone every time? Who wants to get utterly destroyed every time? See what I mean? All right. But we have some good LOEs. For people who mainly use LOEs, I will say this. I get where your frustration comes from because I had the question early time when the game first came out, when I realized everything with tags and everything, and they were always going to be updated. Like, what happens when they run out of the Ginyu Force? When we had the Extreme Ginyu Force came out, what do we do after this? We're going to get some sparking versions of them? No? We're just going to let them die? I knew it was coming. I just didn't see it coming with them in particular, with Frieza in particular, with LOE. It's going to happen to more teams. This isn't the only ones. More tags are just going to be left to the wayside. It's going to be just pushed aside because the meta is GT or the meta is this. GT was... I said I like GT because I did. A lot of people kept asking the question, who plays GT? Who plays GT? I was one of the people with his hands up because I did play GT. If you've known me, you would know why I played GT. I played GT because they're actually a pretty standard team. I say standard at best. We have characters now that push them a little bit higher than standard, but that's pretty much it. We're still in the same spot we kind of already were if you ever use GT. GT was never really a broken team, in my personal opinion, but Fusion has. Godkey has been. Future has been. Sun Family, of course. Hybrids have moments of making putting their foot out there, but never really putting like front sit and center stage. Like maybe a few members of Hybrid maybe have, but never overall Hybrid. Like, no, we've never had that really. And if we have, it was for a short period of time. We had it for other characters, but once again, it's not team, it's that singular character. Broly is a perfect example of just a complete broken unit who came out that everyone freaking hated. Um, he was the team around him wasn't really the problem; it was him. Same with Gogeta. I mean, not Gogeta, Vegito. That was a problem. People hate Gogeta, and I found this out. I didn't even know people hated the yellow Zenkai. I mean, not Zenkai. LF Gogeta, the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and I was trying to figure out why, because people were tired of the green card. They were tired of someone who can full counter, their strikes and tackles and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, that's understandable. I would be pissed with the character like that, but I was like, when in the same situation, when you hate UI Goku, then because I mean, he can dodge a few times on you, but hey, that was just me when it came to it. Drop my tablet. Almost dropped my tablet. It's nice. What's in this?
Hey, we're gonna focus on Frieza right now, and then literally forget about it a week later. Riddle me that. That's all I want to know. Oh man. I don't know. I feel like I kind of have to just sit down and talk about this. I thought about this morning if I wanted to just Zenkai Goten, at least Goten. I definitely wouldn't do Gohan. But I was thinking about Zenkai and just making a video. I don't want to support it. I don't care about it. But then I gotta remember every single time it comes down to stuff like this, it doesn't matter what I do or what we do on YouTube because the grand scheme of things, people are eating it up. People are Zenkai stuff left and right, and no matter how often we speak out against it or we as a community on the YouTube side don't like it, guess what? The other 50 million players are still going to do it. That's why it's still around. If I learned anything about Legends' idea of how they do anything with the game, if people are consuming it, they're going to keep doing it. Just how.
Upgrade to download videos and watch anywhere at any time. Try our student plan free for 1 month.
Introducing yet another tasty fry shape.
That's how it works. And if every single YouTuber gets to get.
I keep saying to just end it, but he keeps bringing up things that make me pause and talk. In particular, this right here. Let me state this. If you want to say, well, more people are using it than people who are speaking out on it, well, then I will state this. You expect someone to boycott something that helps them, that actively helps them. I could hate Android team. Do you think they're going to stop it just because little old me and a few other people literally said we hate Android team? But there are more people who's using Android team. You're talking about the characters that we have at the moment when it comes to Sun Family. The Sun Family is not dying because of how many iterations of Goku they can make from different arcs and for different points of views from that exact same arc. Goku, Sun Family in general, will probably always be where it always will be. Top tier. When you see someone with Sun Family, they're gonna reach a point where they won't even have to try. It won't be skill based anymore. It's just gonna be here we go again. I get the feeling. I have the feeling every time I see someone bringing fusion or God Key or well, not really them anymore. Like now, I'm starting to see it with people who do a weird mix of characters, and I'm like, well, they're probably really high skilled because that's some genius levels of people to bring. They brought the Kaioken Goku, the green one. Like stuff like that makes me like, okay, they're really high. They're probably like really good when it comes to fight wise. So they're probably gonna be really good skilled. So it's not gonna happen. It's gonna continue. We can make noise all day long. We can all individually make noise, but do you think it fixes the issue that we're sitting with? No, it's not gonna fix the issue. You know what will fix the issue? If the entire player base stopped. But that's not going to happen because it's boosting them. It's helping them get more views. It's helping them get more subscribers. It's helping them get more people that want to challenge and beat them. You always want to do this stuff with viewers and stuff. And it's going to give more people to want to play the game more and use those teams to beat them because that's the only teams they know how to use. The game is trying to get you to use more teams because they make other characters. They're not doing it because of just the regular player base, because they made other characters. And if you stay, the only way I would get something if I hear from everybody themselves, not just Toshi saying we make other characters and I would like for you to play with them. No, what's going to give me is if, and only if we get from everybody that works at Legends, that would give me to believe that. That's the only way. But that problem is not going to be solved. It's not. It's going to continue until the game either shuts down or until they have a moment where they lose a lot of people. It was like a few dozen playing or something like that. But no, the game is still climbing. The commercials look nice. They look appetizing to play every time, and that's pretty much it. I have to play the little event to Zenkai those two. I probably won't even bring them into battle, just like I do for any other Zenkai character. I'll just have it just to have, but not on usage wise, because I kind of just don't care.
There and says, "Hey, let's not do this," and then everybody that watches all our videos does it. Guess what? People still gonna do it. I'm not though. I'm good. I'm not Zenkai and Goten. I don't care about Zenkais. I don't care about the Gohan. If Frieza gets a Zenkai, I'll do it because for the love of God, I need it at this point. But in general, I still stand with the same opinion I had about Zenkai for the longest. I think it's boring. I don't like it. And if you Zenkai my units that I use, my very very limited teams,
Zenkai in a character is never bad. It's only when you reach a status of certain when a character just becomes overpowered because of Zenkai. Android 18. Characters that can counter Android 18, funny enough, some of them are just freaking red characters in general. Sometimes I didn't expect my 7-star um, transforming Gotenks to be able to beat Android 18, but he was able to. He was able to literally give me the victory, basically. Proud of him for it. Thank you for it. Surprisingly, he was the one to do it. So there's no overall just big counter to stop this. The Zenkais are gonna happen. They're gonna happen. That's fine. That's fine. I stated why I stated. Each Zenkai that we have as time as every day goes by, eventually we're gonna have a character that slaps that Zenkai, and there's nothing people are gonna be able to do once we're past that Zenkai. That red Goku we got, the very first Super Saiyan Goku we got here in this game, dead. He has some good abilities to make him somewhat usable, but if he really goes against that character, against what we have at the moment, he gets clapped each and every time. You have to be skill based to beat it. You're talking about people that don't. Oh, I'm sorry. You were just talking about people who don't use the characters because of you guys saying it. You guys make the reason for us to use the characters. You know that, right? You told us not to, so we're going to do it. You told us to do it, so we're going to do it. You're the reason why a lot of characters, why we find all these weird teams and we have people randomly making videos saying if you put these characters together, they actually make something good. Because of stuff like that. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Let's continue.
I'll be forced to do it every now and then, but that's because literally that's all we get. This is me laughing with pain. Oh. What do you guys think? I know a lot of people were tossing out opinions left and right about everything the Legends has done in the past day, and we're supposed to be celebrating 15 million users, but it does not feel like a celebration right now. It feels like, it just feels, I don't know. If they would have focused on something like LOE, I'm sure that would make sense because that was a tag that they did start, focusing on briefly. But going back to literally the best team, the best two tags in the game right now, because even hybrids before this were already shredding through everybody. Going back to Sun Family and hybrids again is just like I don't know how I feel about that. I don't. We'll see what happens. Maybe next week.
It's a mixed bag, to be honest. I keep saying it is because at one aspect you have the ones that's all they have, because you have to remember that it is a fan base and it is a bunch of players who have different boxes. Some people probably purposely saw a Frieza and did not summon. No freeze. They probably only freezes that they have are possibly the old ones. And that's it. And they probably never knew the abilities of these old ones. Do you know that's the one we make fun of in the bubble cart? Yeah. Some people probably don't know his abilities. Don't know how good he was. Don't know doesn't know anything about this one. Doesn't know anything about the yellow one that was Zenkai. Zero clue. But they knew how to use Goten. They knew how to use the Gohan. They knew that the LF one was extremely good on arrival, died for a while, came back, and basically has been running strong since. People have too many different boxes to simply be like, that's the weird thing about it. We can say, what the fudge? Who are you? But we have too many people, too many players. They have too many different boxes, too many different what's names to just not be around, to just not, to just stop. I'm sorry, I said just not, to just stop with using these characters. If these characters are top meta, a lot of people don't care for looking at who else is pretty good. They're looking at meta. There are people who are new to the game who's going to want to know the meta, and they see the meta and like, okay, cool, that's what I'm going to work on. New, old, whatever. They're looking at and they're going to be like, that's the meta. That's what I'm working on. Some people, even YouTubers, are just going to be like, meta, well, that's what's going on. I look at the meta and I say, cool, dope. I'm looking at not just at the right now meta, I'm looking at long term meta. That's what I'm looking towards. I'm looking towards characters who should be able to last a good chunk of the rest of this year before we reach the 4th year anniversary when we get whatever theme that is. I don't know what theme we're gonna get, but that doesn't mean that I'm just gonna drop my stuff just because somebody stated, oh, did you know the meta is actually Sun Family? No, I didn't know it was Sun Family. I couldn't tell from all the hybrid Sun Family units. I mean, we have a Vegeta team. It would be nice to get another Vegeta unit right now. Everyone wants an LF. Matter of fact, I know someone made an LF. Like, I think a video of who could be the next LF. I'm gonna make a video on that, but first gotta clean up a blanket full of piss now. Oh, and a cage. That's nice. But if my overall thoughts is this, everyone's mad at Legends because they took a second and they actually looked at the problem of Legends. I've known there was going to be a problem before we even reached that state. Because I said characters were going to get out of date and they were going to forget about it. And I was right. Because it was clear and obvious that we were going to continue to have this. We have all these other trick units and all these other cool little units for certain tags, but let's be real, they may be starting to branch off some of these tags instead of just fusion. Now they have the fusion dance and the Bataras. They're separate now, which threw me off out of nowhere. I don't like them redesigning the names of certain what's the names. I didn't like the girls team. Just call them female warriors, exactly what they are. Because that's stupid to just call them girls. I get it. But no, they're female warriors. They always will be to me and always have been to me. I don't use female warriors like that, but I could if I wanted to, clearly, because they actually have some pretty decent characters. I would suggest this. For anyone who's stuck to this part of the video up to me getting to here, this is what I suggest to you. Play Dragon Ball Legends. If you have the game, play it. Use different teams. Or use the meta. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest. It doesn't. Because if Legends continue to give us that, that's what Legends going to continue to give us. You can't get mad after a while when Legends is just purely giving us this, and this is all some people know. If you want to experiment, they're making a whole leader thing for you to experiment. It's not going to be perfect, when it first come out, in any stretch of the imagination, I'm probably gonna trash it just like I did Tournament of Power, but I like Tournament of Power now. Speaking of, I think my hour is up for me to go back and use my last energy for today. And wait, what, another 10 or 5 hours, I think? I don't know. Just experiment. It will do you so much good because you can find a character that fits you well. Not just a meta character that helps you win fights, but a character that fits you well. I stated this and I'll state this again. A lot of the characters that I like are not always in the meta. I like them because they're durable to last longer than the meta keeps them in there for. I like GT. Love GT. GT, hybrids, all these other teams, they're all good and everything. But I just love me some GT in particular. I love hybrids. I like the Trunks and a Goten. There's too many good characters in this game that for people to just use that. But at the same time, if that's all you have, understandable. No one's mad at you for you just having that. We do have a problem with, well, if you're just, that person that just has everybody 14 stars and for some reason you only run that, that's a problem. Houston, we have a huge problem. But that's neither here nor there. I want to do another video, so I'm going to clean up this and then I'm going to get ready with another video. I'm going to try to save this, probably an hour long. Yeah, pretty much, just like I thought it was going to be.